Hello and welcome to Simply Explained English, where we explain some words in a simple and funny way. I'm Lisa, and this is my co-host, Eric.
Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. We're still talking about travel vocabulary, aren't we, Lisa?
That's right, Eric. We haven't finished the theme of travel yet. We talked about landmark, accommodation, and delay in the last lesson. So, today, we will talk about voyage, coastal, sightseeing, and to take off.
Exactly, Lisa. We all love to travel, don't we? We like to visit new places, meet new people, and experience new cultures.
Yes, we do, Eric. There are so many words in English that we can use to talk about travel. So, let's start with our first word, voyage.
Voyage, that's a nice word. It means a long journey, usually by sea or in space. For example, you can say, she went on a voyage around the world on a cruise ship. Or he dreamed of going on a voyage to Mars.
That's right, Eric. Voyage is a noun, and the verb form is voyage to. For example, you can say, they voyaged across the Atlantic Ocean in a sailboat. She is voyaging to the moon with a team of astronauts.
Wow, those are some amazing examples, Lisa. I would love to voyage to the moon someday. How about you?
Me too, Eric. That would be awesome. But for now, let's listen to a short dialogue that uses the word voyage. Here it is.
Hi, Max. How was your voyage to Antarctica?
It was incredible, Anna. I saw so many penguins, seals, and whales, and the icebergs were huge and beautiful.
Wow, that sounds amazing. How long did it take you to get there?
Well, it was a long voyage. It took us 2 weeks to sail from Argentina to Antarctica and back.
2 weeks? That's a long time.
That was a nice dialogue, wasn't it? Max had a wonderful voyage to Antarctica. I'm sure he has a lot of stories to tell.
Yes, he does, Lisa. And I'm sure Anna is very curious to hear them. Maybe they can have a coffee and chat about his voyage.
Maybe they can, Eric. Or maybe they can watch our video and learn some more words about travel.
That's a good idea, Lisa. And speaking of video, let's move on to our next word, coastal.
Coastal. That's another nice word. It means related to the coast, which is the land along the sea or ocean. For example, you can say, she lives in a coastal town in California. Or, he likes to go hiking in the coastal mountains.
That's right, Lisa. Coastal is an adjective, and the noun form is coast. For example, you can say, they drove along the coast and enjoyed the scenery. Or, she loves to collect shells on the coast. Okay, let's listen to a short dialogue that uses the word coastal. Here it is.
Hi, Kelly. How was your vacation in Spain?
It was great, Tom. I had a lot of fun and relaxation.
Where did you stay?
I stayed in a coastal city called Barcelona. It's a beautiful and lively place.
I've heard of Barcelona. It's famous for its architecture and culture, right?
Yes, it is. I visited some amazing buildings and I also enjoyed some delicious food and music.
That sounds wonderful. Did you go to the beach too?
Of course. The coastal weather was perfect for sunbathing and swimming, and the coastal views were stunning.
That was a nice dialogue. Kelly had a great vacation in a coastal city. I'm sure she has a lot of memories to cherish.
Yes, she does, Lisa. And I'm sure Tom is very happy for her. Maybe he can join her on her next trip.
Maybe Eric, or maybe he can watch our video and learn some more words about travel.
That's a good idea, Lisa. Let's move on to our next word, sightseeing.
Sightseeing. That's another nice word. It means visiting and looking at places of interest, especially as a tourist. For example, you can say, she went sightseeing in Paris and saw the Eiffel Tower. Or, he likes to go sightseeing in his own city and discover new things.
And now, to help you understand the context, let's listen to a short dialogue that uses the word sightseeing. Here it is.
Hi, Mia. How was your trip to Japan?
It was awesome, Jack. I had a blast.
What did you do there?
I did a lot of sightseeing. I visited Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, and Hiroshima.
Wow, that's a lot of places. That sounds amazing.
That was a nice dialogue, wasn't it? Mia did a lot of sightseeing in Japan, I'm sure. She learned a lot about the history and culture of Japan.
Yes, she did, Lisa. And I'm sure Jack is very interested in her pictures. Maybe he can learn something from them, too. Okay, now, let's move on to our last word, take off.
To take off. That's another nice word. It means to leave the ground and start flying, especially for an airplane. For example, you can say, the plane took off on time. Or, he was nervous when the plane took off.
That's right, Lisa. To take off is a phrasal verb, and the noun form is take off. For example, you can say, the takeoff was smooth and fast, or she watched the takeoff from the window. Lisa, can you give us a short example dialogue of using the word to take off?
Sure, Eric. How about this?
Hi, Tina. How was your flight to New York? Did you have any problems at the airport?
No, not really. Everything went smoothly.
How about the takeoff? Was it scary?
No, not at all. It was actually quite exciting. I love the feeling of taking off and flying in the air.
That's a nice dialogue. Do you like flying, Eric?
Yes, Lisa, I do. I like flying. I think it's exciting and fun.
Me too, Eric. What's your favorite part of flying?
That's a good question, Lisa. I think I like the takeoff the most.
That's a nice dialogue. Do you like flying, Eric?
Yes, Lisa, I do. I like flying. I think it's exciting and fun.
Me too, Eric. What's your favorite part of flying?
That's a good question, Lisa. I think I like the takeoff the most.
Really? Why?
Because it's thrilling. I like the feeling of speed, lift, and freedom.
I see. I like the takeoff too, but I also like the landing.
Why?
It's relieving. I like the feeling of safety, arrival, and accomplishment.
I see. I like the landing too.
Well, okay. Thank you for listening to the Simply Explained podcast. We hope you learned something new and had some fun.
Yes, thank you for joining us. We'll be back next video with more words to explain. Until then, stay curious and stay happy.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.